Welcome to another edition of Tuscaloosa Talks. I'm joined by Chris Meggs, who is our new Environmental Services Executive Director. Hey, Chris, congratulations, man. You've earned this job.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
And you're doing a great job here at ESD, unsung heroes of the city.
Yes.
If I went missing for 5 months, I don't know if anybody would miss me. If our teams went missing for 5 hours, the city would be in an uproar. And that's just how important this department is to the lifeblood of this city. So before we jump into what ESD does, let's talk about you for a second. So you've been with the city now roughly 16 years.
Yep.
Describe your history as you've worked your way up through the city of Tuscaloosa, which is just such a fantastic story.
So I started out right out of high school, graduated from Central High School.
Hey, go Falcons, baby.
Go Falcons. Started working for the city. My first job was inventory supply clerk for fleet maintenance. Worked there for a couple of years, moved to our right-of-way department at Public Works. Went from there to our airport. I did about 5 years there as a right-of-way supervisor, so we maintain all the grounds at the airport.
Now, a lot of fun with FAA, I assume.
Oh, yeah.
Kind of thing.
Getting ready for inspections and yearly making sure we meet the regulations. Left there, went and I was an IPS scheduler for a little while. And then I went to water and sewer as a maintenance crew manager over our linear assets department.
So has that depth of experience benefited you in this new role as a department head?
Oh, yeah. There's no doubt. It's, you're learning from the bottom to the top of what these guys do every day, and experiencing that many different departments just helps you grow and realize, what is entailed to complete our task on a daily basis. And a lot of people don't realize how in-depth that really is.
So out of curiosity, really be fascinated by your answer on this. What's been the biggest surprise for you elevating yourself up to a department head and in this role with the city?
I would say learning to keep morale up, implement our standard of excellence and accountability has been my biggest surprise. And it not that it's a surprise in a bad way, but it is a challenge to do that you don't realize until you get to the level that I'm at now. And it's a balance that you have to keep our employees happy, but also keep our standard of excellence at the top and keep our customers as our top priority.
Well, there's no doubt you have shot morale through the roof, and that's in large part, if not in all part, due to your leadership. Talk about what our crews do every single day, because I was telling you before the podcast got started, you put your recycling bins out, you put your garbage out. We run over 23,000, I think, homes a week in the city. We have a miss rate that averages during the course of that week on 3 different types of services of less than 100.
Yes.
And so that's extraordinary considering the volume.
It is.
It's complicated. This is just not as simple as people think. Give us a little inside baseball of what it takes every 4 days a week to get garbage, debris, and recycling done.
So it is very complex. We run a total of 25 routes. And that includes garbage, trash, and recycling, like you said. We run 8 routes for garbage, 10 routes for trash, and up to 8 routes for recycling, depending on the day of the week. Heaviest day is today, which would be Thursday. So those guys leave here in the mornings. They start their route. They're breaking up, and they break that section of the city up into 8 different quadrants, and they run anywhere from 800 to 1,000 houses per truck per day, and that's just garbage. So that, which, like you said, pushing 24,000 a week. And then after garbage goes through, trash comes through, they do their thing. They run the same route. It's broken up a little bit more because the quantities are a little bit higher. And then recycling comes through. And those routes are constantly increasing because recycling in Tuscaloosa is growing, which is a good thing. So it's an astronomical amount of houses that are touched every day by these guys. And if one's missed, they know it by the time they get to the shop, because like you said, garbage can goes out and it goes back. Mm-hmm. And it's a normal day-to-day thing. You don't realize, how much goes into it, but then when it's missed, then we know.
Well, I say this a lot, and because it reflects what you guys do. I get more compliments. If I had to do the compliment hierarchy at the city of Tuscaloosa, fire and rescue, 311 and ESD would be the top three, and depending upon the week, it kind of goes back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
And the compliments I get most about ESD is not just the effectiveness of how you pick up the garbage, debris, and recycling. It's how kind and courteous your people are to the citizens that pay our salaries. How do you make that happen? Because they've got probably one of the toughest jobs in Tuscaloosa. How do you make that happen?
We push one of our mottos, and that's our new deputy director actually implemented this morning in our staff meeting, and it's chasing best. So always be the best at what you do, implement the best customer service possible. But these guys were doing that long before that the statement came in. They come in, they know their job, they know these routes have to be done every day. They're not leaving until they're done, because that's your pickup day. Mm-hmm. So rain, sleet, snow, hot, they're out there working. And they do it with a smile on their face, and it takes a special group to do that. And I'm with you. I actually told them this morning that out of all the departments I've been in, I've never been in a department that gets as much compliments as these guys do. And it's just their culture here, and that's what we're working to be better at. We're working to change that to be better.
I think we can all, as public servants, learn from them. I mean, if anyone has a reason not to necessarily be in a good mood, it would be out there in the elements, like you say. Especially, I know during the summertime it's tough, but I think about that. We're coming up in the fall and winter. It's going to be those cold, rainy days, and our guys don't get a day off.
Nope.
And they do an amazing job. So let's talk about the fall. I call it debris. By city ordinance, it's called trash, but it's about to be leaf season.
It is.
And places like Woodland Forest, Woodland Hills, Hillsdale, the list goes on and on. There's going to be a lot of leaves on the ground, a lot of leaves raked to the curb. Talk about what we as citizens can do to help our crews get in there and get out effectively to keep our neighborhoods clean and looking good.
Anytime we can bag leaves or pine straw or stuff like that, it helps us be more efficient and help us get the job done a little quicker. And that's simply because picking it up with a grapple truck, which is the claw that picks it up, is way more efficient if we're picking up stuff that are bagged and bulked together versus loose. It also keeps us from buffing your yard with the claw or the road with the grapple truck. And, we try to do the best we can not to damage any roads or grass or anything like that. But if it's bagged, it makes it a lot easier. It makes it where we can serve them better. We can serve the citizens better if it's bulked together and bagged. But
that is actually city ordinance. It was passed in the 50s, and when Tuscaloosa was a much smaller community, there's really no way for us to enforce it. But we would certainly encourage everyone, if you can, please do that.
Oh yeah, we'd definitely appreciate it. We're gonna get it regardless. So.
Yeah.
But we would appreciate the citizens bagging it up. We have implemented a new truck in our fleet, which we've always had leaf trucks. We got a new one this year. So that truck you'll see coming around, and it's actually a big vacuum truck. So we're going to try that out and see if that improves our process. And so the citizens will see a new truck coming through along with the normal trucks they see from day to day.
Yeah, we're excited about that truck. It comes with a big price tag, but I think it will be worth it for the people of Tuscaloosa. Anything you think the public should know about what ESD does every day? Something maybe we didn't touch on that, they need to leave this podcast. They remember one thing, they should remember what?
Remember that we care about you. We take care of you. We ask, that, of course, if they have a question about something, like if we're missing something in recycling or something's left in your bin, call us and I will answer you. We'll be happy to answer any questions you have. If anything's ever missed or you think we've missed something on purpose or maybe it was an accident, call us and we can clarify what exactly went wrong or why we missed it. Or we're very transparent, open, and honest, and we welcome phone calls.
Well, we're a humanistic organization, and so when you have 24,000 stops you're going to make in the course of a week. Each one of those stops gets 3 services. So you're looking at 72,000 opportunities. And when you're less than 100 on average per week and as low as 50 in the previous week, as we monitor that at the city, that's really impressive. And the great thing about it is when we miss it, if you'll call 311, if we can, that day, we'll be right back out there to take care of it. That type of standard of excellence doesn't happen by accident. It starts with your our men and women here at ESD, and it certainly reflects your leadership as well. And I'm glad you're on our department head team.
Glad to be here.
You're making a difference. And so if anyone has any questions, they can call 311 and they can get the information for you.
Yep.
All right. This has been an ESD edition of Tuscaloosa Talks.